Hello and welcome to another edition of Sand Shark Bites. I'm your host, Justin Jarrett, and I'm joined, as always, by Tropical Storm Duffy. We are in the midst of another one, and got my left-hand man along for the ride as we try to stay dry and get in another episode of Sand Shark Bites, keep you abreast of all that's going on between raindrops around here.
School's open today, though, rather than the last storm that wasn't.
Yes, yes, that's an improvement. Not a lot of wind this time around, just a lot of rain. And fortunately, just so happens that Sand Shark Soccer is on the road this time, so it won't affect them. They're actually, as we speak, on their way to Columbia to take on Columbia College. So no rain up that way. They'll be able to get that one in no problem. And we're still eager to get them back here. But, hey, they're winning on the road, so stay away as long as you need to, guys. They did it again on Saturday. Won at Middle Georgia 4-2. They're now 2-0 on the road this season, and hopefully by the time you see this, they'll be 3-0 as they head up to Columbia College tonight. But that 4-2 win at Middle Georgia, you know, it was starting to get a little frustrating for them. They'd lost 3 in a row. The last 2, they felt like they outplayed the opponent, but couldn't get the W. So nice to get that one off their back and get back in the win column in an impressive fashion, scoring the 4 goals. And the highlight, I guess, is a record breaker. Haley Pena with 2 goals, becoming the all-time leading scorer and knocking an old favorite off the top spot. She had been tied with Alexa Muffley, knocked her out of the top spot. Haley now with 40 points.
Hard to knock Alexa Muffley off anything.
Yes, absolutely. She's a big girl, big, strong girl. We love you, Muff, and still see her around from time to time, and she liked and favorited all the tweets about Haley breaking her record. So I know that she's happy to see that success.
A lot of class right there.
Sand Shark through and through. Haley's going after a couple more records, and it's possible even by the time folks see this episode that she will have them. She's 1 goal behind Alexa for the career goals lead, and 1 behind Jessica Tooley for the career assists lead. So she could soon be the triple threat, the triple crown of Sand Shark Soccer. And again, they were impressive, scoring 4 goals at Middle Georgia, and they did it with half the team sidelined by various illnesses.
Are we out of like walking boots and ace bandages?
Oh, it's not injuries this time. It's illness.
Oh, illness.
There's some funk going around campus, and we got an early bout of the flu here at USCB, and every team's been hit. Baseball, softball, soccer.
And they keep showing up to class too. They're real troopers, but
that's why they keep passing it on to others.
Yeah, share it with your roommates.
So get your flu shots, folks, and stay away from Sand Shark athletes, because apparently they've all got it.
But other scoring highlights, Taylor Superior had her first goal as a Sand Shark.
She did.
But the big news,
the Prez,
senior Carolyn Bowman, with her first goal ever.
She got a little verklempt.
Got a little verklempt there. Yeah,
it's been 4 years for her, and granted, she's been playing defender, so she's not expected to score goals, but she's had some opportunities, and I know that was a goal of hers, so no pun intended.
As far as things to happen to you in your senior year, to be president of the student body, and then to score a goal at least finally after all this commitment to her team, it's just great for her.
And the funny thing is, neither one of them is really a forward, but because of the injuries and illnesses, mostly illnesses, there were hardly any forwards to play. So they just looked down the line and said, who can we throw up there?
Next?
They put Soup and Bowie up there, and they each assist on a goal for the other. So
and Moa Johansson was in goal.
Which allowed Soup to play forward. So Moa Johansson, the freshman from Sweden, was finally cleared and able to play now. So she played well, gave up a couple goals that weren't really on her, defensive lapses. So against another team that plays that direct style that we have a hard time with our shorter center backs. So she's still getting in the swing of things. She hasn't been able to practice with the team, so she's going to be a good one, and hopefully many more wins to discuss here on Sand Shark
Everything's
Bites.
coming up, Sand Sharks.
It is, absolutely. So soccer looking good, heading to Columbia College tonight, Wednesday night that is, and then they'll be at Columbia International on Saturday, and they'll actually have live video of that one at 5 o'clock. So check that one out Saturday online. We'll post a link to the live video as soon as we get it, so you can watch that game. And then they'll be back here on September 30th. Still got a couple more conference games after that before they get back this way.
Yeah, first conference game coming up in about a week.
Yeah,
from tomorrow.
22nd at Southeastern. That'll be a big one. Men's and women's golf finally got underway, and they were rained out because tropical storm, as we mentioned. This one's Julia. She got us. Got the final round of the Coastal Georgia Fall Invitational for the men and women. But the men got in 2 rounds on Monday. Women got in 1 round, and those stood as the final scores. And as a result, our own Franzi Kanuch, one-time guest of the program, was the champion of the women's tournament. I think this is the 2nd straight year she's won that tournament.
I think so too, and coming home with some hardware again. We got to fill in that case over there.
Yeah, she shot 1 under par, a 71, and had a 1-shot lead, and then the final round was rained out. So she got the title. The unfortunate thing is the Sand Shark women were tied for 3rd going into the final round and were playing well and felt like they were going to be able to make a move and maybe even win the tournament, and then they had to call it. So unfortunately didn't get to finish it off, but a good start for a couple of freshmen on that team. Blanca Porta played very well, finished in the top 10, and then a good round as well. College debut for Crystal Sung. So nice to see that team get that first tournament under their belt, and Quinn Monahan, our AD, was coaching them. I use the term loosely on this trip because our new coach, Crystal Sunderman, was playing in the U.S. Women's Mid-Amateur Championship. She had committed to that before we hired her, so she went and played there and made it out of stroke play and into the round of 32 before she lost to the number 10 seed. So good showing all around for women's golf. And the men's golf team, we'll talk more about them in a bit because Danny Allen joins us on the program, but they got in their 2 rounds on Monday, and Riley Shank, forever amazing us, shot 6 under for 2 rounds and was 1 shot off the lead, and of course, again, rained out, so he had to settle for 2nd place. But a great start for him, and the other 4 guys in the lineup were making their Sand Shark debut, so good for them to get some experience under their belt. That's what this fall season's all about, and I really like our prospects going into the spring, and Coach Allen will tell us more about that team. But I know you're familiar with Riley, right?
Riley Shank, one of my favorites. Just really great kid. I mean, all these guys are, but yeah, Riley Shank, fun and funny guy. We like having him around. Looks like he's pushing 40, but so true with all those guys.
Very shy, humble guy. That's what I like about him.
Very humble. Not the characters we've seen in Judd Milam or
no, definitely not. He's not your stereotypical golf star. That's for sure.
It's a new day in men's golf.
So they'll be back in action soon. I know the women go back out on Monday and Tuesday up to Spartanburg for the Converse tournament, and then the men are supposed to play this Friday, but sounds like that one's going to get rained out and pushed back to next Friday against SCAD, and then they'll have a tournament, the Thomas tournament in Valdosta, Georgia, coming up in a couple weeks. So, it's kind of a slow roll in the fall for the golf teams, but just getting that experience under their belt and hopefully moving up the rankings and setting themselves up for a great spring. And cross country is about to run again. They got their first race under their belt and didn't have great results other than the unbelievable Betsy Douglas. But they're about to run again.
Other than the 2.5-minute lead she had over the rest of the field.
And her crushing the competition.
They're going to Rock Hill?
They're going to Rock Hill, yeah. The Winthrop Adidas Invitational. That's on Saturday morning. Going to be interesting to see how Betsy does against a Division I field. I know that she'll be up for the challenge, but it'll be good to see her pushed a little bit and see if she can advance that time a little bit. Men are still a work in progress, but Nick O'Neill will give it the old college try. He'll give it his best, and I know Christian Slayton's coming along as well too. So hopefully some good progress for them up there.
I'm wondering if Coach Larry's not putting some of those other guys out there to run defense.
Defense.
See Akira Durst just coming through all elbows.
Well,
field.
Akira catches them when they lap him.
Yeah.
Akira's a decathlete. He's going to be a decathlete this year, but distance running is not his forte. He's just out there for socialization and training, I think. But well-rounded dude, a Renaissance man,
we love
just
him.
Like you.
Yeah.
And then I see in our rundown that you've made a note about softball.
I have. There were a couple of games announced that are going to be coming up. One game in September, they'll be away at the College of Charleston on the 23rd. And then they'll be here, or Hardeeville, close to home. We still don't have that field built here on campus yet, but
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Look at your wallet, empty your penny jar, send it in. Want to build that stadium or field here as soon as possible. February 2nd, 2017 is coming up, and that was my my goal a couple of years ago, was to have it built by then. And
I don't think we're gonna make it.
If you win the lottery, just bring it to me, please, and I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it for you. I'll name it after you, whatever. Anyhow, we got these softball games. So on the 8th of October, then we'll be in Hardeeville for one fall game against
Gordon State.
Gordon State.
Yeah, junior college program. So, and they've been practicing hard, and I know the coaching staff is very excited about the team that they've put together there. The work ethic is phenomenal. I mean, they've always worked hard, but they're up here right now. They're getting after it, and it's going to be exciting to see both the softball and baseball team, because I've never seen either one of those programs work as hard as they have so far this fall. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's always an exciting time to be a Sand Shark. But there's another segue for you.
Okay.
If you want to be part of the greater Sand Shark Nation, you join the Sand Shark Club. And this
You've
year,
got your membership card.
The new membership cards are out.
Yeah.
They're in the fancy sand colorization there. 2016, 2017. Member discounts include Candlewood Suites, Sport Clips, Lunch Lady, Hawk's Nest Cafe, the Sandbar Cafeteria here on campus, Firestone, Jack Frost Ice Cream, Interstate All Battery Center, British Open Pub, Downtown Deli, the Brick Chicken, Subway, New River location, and Bojangles, Beaufort, or Bluffton locations.
Right, Bojangles.
And there's a variety of price ranges and swag that you can get for your various.
We do have some nice swag this year. A very nice looking hat, a blanket, should you need one, a nice long sleeve men's pullover, or a short sleeve women's V-neck.
Yeah.
I got some nice swag this year. So yeah, hit up uscbathletics.com/sandsharkclub, and you can find all the details there. You can join. You can also get season tickets to see the Sand Sharks play, as well as if you choose, you can get a stretched internet membership and watch all the games online when we're at home. So,
or to save us money, you can forego any of those wonderful prizes.
You can, yes, and just make a lump sum donation.
That really,
one
other swag.
One other thing is you can earmark your membership toward a program, a particular sport, and they will get a percentage of the proceeds. So that's another thing you can do to go into their budget and help them out. So if you have a program that's near and dear to your heart, absolutely you should do that and help them out. But we'll take any and all financial contributions.
We'll take the donations that jingle or the donations that fold, right?
Yes, folding money preferred. We'll take that folding money. But yeah, it's a great time to be a Sand Shark. Get that membership now and help us out, help us become even better than we already are. Give our student athletes a world-class experience here at USCB. Well, that's what's happening with the USCB Sand Sharks. Let's talk a little bit more about men's golf. We've got Coach Danny Allen join us next on Sand Shark Bites. Joined now on Sand Shark Bites by USCB men's golf coach Danny Allen. And Coach, after a crazy summer of recruiting, putting together a whole new lineup, basically a whole new roster, got the season underway this past weekend, and unfortunately the rain came and washed you out down at Sea Island, but it got in a couple of rounds and some pretty encouraging scores. A great performance from Riley Shank, and some of those newcomers, the other four guys in the lineup making their Sand Shark debuts, have to be pretty happy with what you saw out on the golf course.
Yeah, so I went down to Sea Island, played Coastal Georgia's event. Always a good field. A little disappointed maybe we finished fifth, but encouraged by some of the scores. Like you said, four players new to the team this year. Not even, they're brand new players. 2 freshmen, 2 transfers, and then our lone returner in the lineup was Riley Shank, who came in second individually, 6 under par. So he played really well, carried the team there for a little bit. But all in all, good first tournament. The first college experience for a couple players. So I think it's going to be a good year. We're gonna have some good events. Sure.
Yeah, and what a story Riley is. I mean, he walked onto the team last year, wasn't even guaranteed a spot, just kind of tried out, and you had a small roster, so you gave him a shot. And a year later, he's hands down the best player on the team and shot 2 rounds under par.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, you go back over the summer, he's been shooting rounds around par or better all summer long. Just phenomenal, the improvement he's made and how much confidence he's gained on the golf course.
Sure. And, yeah, like you said, walk-on last year. Didn't play in the fall, played a few events in the spring, but you could see the improvement start to get better towards the end of the year. Played nationals, represented USCB. We finished 8th and was, of course, starter then. And, yeah, you really saw a lot of improvement over the summer. Obviously put in a lot of good work. And South Carolina match play, won the individual stroke play portion, top 15 in the South Carolina amateur, Carolina's amateur. So it's some big events. And was our lone high finisher this week and had a chance to win. So yeah, it's a great story. He's put in a lot of work, and you know, ideal student athlete, great GPA, 4.0, and great teammate and everything about him. And
Yeah,
it's been wonderful. So it's a good story.
And he's kind of turned into a leader as well, especially with all these newcomers to the team. Just he and Bob Dunphy, the only returners. So everybody else is new to the team, and he's kind of set the tone. And I know that you've enjoyed having a little bit more competition for those 5 spots, and it was right down to the wire in qualifying this past week. So we may see a whole different lineup the next time you guys go out.
Yeah, Riley will sure guarantee his spot, and he'll be there. But yeah, he's definitely, him and Bobby are the only 2 returners from last year. We had a little thinner lineup, or a little thinner roster last year, and some more depth. Of 11 players, 9 new players, so 2 returners. And yeah, the competition for qualifying has been great, and no one's guaranteed their spot really, other than Riley. So might be Riley and 4 new players next week. We'll see, but we'll be in Thomas in a couple weeks. We got a little bit of time. Hopefully the weather gets a little better.
Supposed to play on Friday against SCAD Savannah at Savannah Harbor. We may get tropical stormed out of that one for a second time in a row. I know that course will get swampy in a hurry, but what time will you play if you're able to get that one in on Friday?
Yeah, afternoon, 1 o'clock. Already talked to Amanda. We're over at SCAD. We're probably likely reschedule until next Friday. We'll play it next Friday over there. So we've got a few stormed out the 2 times we've tried to schedule it, and so likely right now we'll do it on the 23rd. So next Friday.
All right. So 23rd against SCAD Savannah, and then the week after that, heading to Valdosta.
We'll do 23rd for SCAD, and then we'll leave just that Sunday, so the 25th for Thomas. So 26th, 27th will be Kinderloo for Thomas.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to a great fall season, and hopefully many more great results for Riley and for the rest of the Sand Sharks.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back with more on Sand Shark Bites.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sand Shark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
It was fun catching up with Coach Allen. We're kindred spirits, the 3 of us, as far as our TV TV tastes go. But so we have a lot of inside jokes. But no, I've had a good time getting to know Coach's new team. He's got a whole new roster and a lot of really enjoyable guys. It's fun to be around them. So it's going to be fun to see them develop and compete against one another and move up the ranks. Ranked 18th at the preseason in the NAIA. I think that's because we lost so much. People just don't know what to expect, but we're going to sneak up on some people, and we'll be ranked much higher by the end of the season.
They got a nice young team, too. Got a bright future in that golf team there.
For sure. And Riley, got to talk him into hanging around for another year because he didn't start playing until his sophomore year. So we're going to have to drag him out on that 5-year plan.
Put him on the Charlie McGinnis plan.
Use all that
Double
eligibility.
major.
Charlie McGinnis is a 7th-year redshirt sophomore.
Got here before I did.
Yeah. Speaking of inside jokes, Charlie McGinnis. So yeah, it's a fun team. It's going to be a fun season, and we like to have fun around here, as you can tell. He's verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Give us an award for
that. There's just one more thing to do, and that is
here.
to name the Sand Shark Bites Athlete of the Week. And we've had some really easy weeks to pick this, and this is the opposite of that. It's really tough. You got Shank playing exceptionally well. You got Haley Pena breaking the career points record for Sand Shark soccer rather. And then you've got Franzi Knoch with the hardware, and we've always kind of given the lean toward hardware. If you bring us back something to put in the trophy case, then
you can actually weigh it. Then
yeah, and which they didn't really give her a trophy. It was like a flag. It was kind of but yeah, you beat all comers. You get the hardware. You get the award. So Franzi Knoch, you are the Sand Shark Bites Athlete of the Week, and we'll save Haley for another day because she's got a couple more records to break, and hopefully next Monday or next week we'll be able to talk about more records for her and give her some hardware of her own. So it's Franzi this week, a 71, a red number in the first round of the season, and well on her way to another All-American campaign, and hopefully leading the Sand Sharks to a national championship. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Women's golf's going to win a national championship. I know it's going to happen hopefully this year. So congratulations to Franzi on a great start and women's golf. And thank you for joining us for another edition of Sand Shark Bites. We'll be back next week to do it all again, and just as many laughs, hopefully. All the laughs, all the gaffes that you can handle. Until then, keep those fins up.